I'm the founder of the Midnight Messenger, and I believe that drum was started so that we could do human rights from a Canadian Aboriginal perspective, where we could actually make a difference here in Canada. So we can take the work of Amnesty International into the Aboriginal communities, and we can bring a voice of Aboriginal communities into Amnesty International. We're in the heart of Canada's power centre. Right behind me is the Parliament buildings, the Senate. Across the street, we got the Supreme Court of Justice. With the draft declaration, as early as 2 days from now, may be introduced into the UN. This is a call to action for Canada to step up and make good on its claims that it actually does good things for Indigenous people. Being one of 2 nations that voted against it to go forward, I hope that we're able to make some sort of difference.
Part of this event is a bit of a celebration because we've gotten this far. The Declaration has a very long title, but the Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. It's been a long time in the making. The Human Rights Council passed the Declaration, and it's now at the General Assembly of the United Nations for its final sort of vote. And for us, Canada was extremely supportive of the Declaration and very helpful in the negotiations. But with the change in government, we've seen a change in their support for it. And in fact, there is no support for the Declaration by the Canadian government. So it's 10 a.m. It's pretty quiet. It's not raining. And there's a little drum beat in the background, but that's about all right now.
This has been a struggle. It's been more than 2 decades of very hard work by Indigenous peoples organizations from around the world. And finally, we've reached this point where we're on the verge of achieving the Declaration. There's always excuses given for why the culture of Indigenous peoples should not be protected, why the land rights of Indigenous peoples should be ignored in favor of other people. And so the Declaration is so important because it states that Indigenous peoples have human rights, have the right to be who they are and to survive as distinct cultures. But unfortunately, there's a couple of states that have dug in. Canada, which was a champion of the Declaration, Canada, with a changing government, changed its position utterly, is now criticizing articles that it helped draft and seems to be opposing every aspect of the Declaration.
It's really good that Indigenous people are able to do things within Amnesty International and not have to lose themselves in their Indigenous identity to fit within this organization. They're able to walk their own path, a parallel path with the organization. And Amnesty in the past has always spoken on behalf of the victims, and now it speaks with the victims here in Indigenous rights.
Zagomaba Adewega. Josh Constance Mabush Nakasa Adewega. Apachugo me, but not the time I got Nepi. Ken Moen, Mina Nagaden Moen. Onesh Edeming. Yaman Adewega. Canom Deming. Mima de Ayaming with Madzing Gagime. Chico mi bana nepi se ma bigit naga zap ko day way gane we go send more at mat chik we na joy book we na mat zot.
I think it's kind of amazing if we are able to accomplish this. Last year when we did this, we had about 5 to 10 drums in the same room, all of whom rotated songs through. And this time we have 4 guys, 1 drum, and a few hand drums coming in, and as we have a water drum happening right here.
Last year was kind of a general just awareness for Indigenous rights and Aboriginal rights, but I did it this year because more or less because the UN with their whole declaration on Indigenous rights and the debate about it. That and Mark kind of forced me to. He called me like 500 times, wouldn't stop. So, I mean, it's hard to get away from him. And then he was like, he cried a little bit. He shedded a couple tears. Don't tell him I told you, but he shedded. He shed.
Do I feel like I'm making a difference? I don't know. Draft declaration is a very intellectual and complex item that involves international law and state politics, and it's hard to explain that to our communities, and it's hard to get that message across. You look around us, it's simple. It's 2 teepees, a wigwam, a longhouse, and this is Aboriginal solidarity. It doesn't get much better than this.
Midnight Messenger was here all night. The members of the drum kept the vigil going. They took hand drums down by the fire by the water, and the drums were just passed around. It's coming up on the 24 hours at this point.
Kept the beat going for 24 hours. Yeah, 6 till 6.
When we do things like this, we're doing them, I guess, to maybe exercise rights that are guaranteed in the draft declaration, like the right to culture and the right to Indigenous knowledge. We practiced every one of those rights last night. So we practiced 45 rights last night. Even though Canada voted against it, we still practiced them in their backyard. I didn't think we could do it, but we did it.